global experience across 20 countries and multiple industry verticals. A highly qualified professional, he is a chartered. Mr. Banerjee is currently the chairman of Nuclear Research Institute of Corporate. He is a multiple Hall of Fame awardee, an Amazon best-selling author of business books, and a respected one. It has undergone a significant transformation, emphasizing quality, sustainability, and consumer. A pivotal role in positioning Diolio as a trusted name in India's premium food segment. His business interests span across agriculture, agri-tech, and food processing, reflecting his commitment to excellence in the food value chain. So welcome to the stage, sir. Let me welcome our director, Dr. Renu Shah, 2010. With over 2 decades of experience in international trade promotion, stakeholder engagement, and cross-cultural business development, she has played industry linkages. Dr. Shaw has led numerous high-profile business forums, trade delegations, and policy representation on the activities of the Chamber.
And it's absolutely a pleasure of all of us, and especially mine, to be in this beautiful city. We arrived on 4th, and let me tell you, we have a lot of interaction with the stakeholders as well as the government officials in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and meet all of you. Lot of we also get charged up, I would say, whenever we are in this city. So with this word, we think they can be like of a potential members. Just a very brief introduction of the chambers. Many of you know about it, but I thought it is good if I can briefly discuss about the activities of the chamber. So as a chamber represent 27 European member states, and so as you all know, there are certain countries, larger countries like Germany, France, which do not have a proper representation in terms of a chamber of commerce or the trade bodies. So these are some of the services of the chamber. Business networking and delegation. So as you know, as a chamber, our role is to create a lot of networking opportunities, because as we all know, business happens with the networking. So we create a lot of opportunities on the networking, and then we host business delegation and we take business delegation to various countries, just to explore the opportunities for Indian companies and vice versa. Sectoral committee, this I will also discuss in little in detail in the later slide, but these sectoral committees are one very active committee. I would say we have currently the 7 sector committees, and the reason of these having these particular committees are there, though we have companies representing various sectors, but there are certain sectors which are predominantly more focused. So that's the reason we have formed these sector committees, which has been represented by the European and Indian heads, industry leader, where we take the, I would say, where we discuss the various opportunities in that respective sector, and we get the perspective of both European and Indian. Then conferences and events, like typically like any chamber of commerce and trade body, we organizes a lot of events and all on the different themes and all. Then trade and investment lead is also one of a very, I would say, focus area of the chambers, because we have signed a MOU with many chamber of commerce across country, Europe as well as in India. They become our partner. With the support of them, we try to get a lot of investment and the trade leads, which we disseminate amongst our members, and which we have seen they are quite useful, and which we also publish in our newsletter and all quarterly newsletter for the information of others. Publication and reports. These are some of the things which we bring out some publication which are having a lot of information on EU India and our activities. And government and embassy engagement. One very important thing is that though we we don't indulge ourselves too much in the policy advocacy at a central level, but there are a lot of operational issues are there when our companies face, so which we try to connect with them with the various state governments. And of course, visibility and branding is something which as a chamber we try to promote for our member companies. So these are some of the benefits of the membership. Business support, as a chamber we support them in enhancing their business and all. consultancy is also one of our core area. So as a chamber, we don't do a consultancy, but we have a prominent consultant associated with us. So whenever any such query comes, we pass it to them, and then it is up to them to take it forward. Events, as I said, networking, opportunity, and publications. These are the sector committee which I was mentioning. So we have a 7-sector committee: tourism and hospitality, BFSI, consultancy and services, shipping and logistics, manufacturing, legal and regulatory, and education. Each committee has its mandate of organizing the events related to the sector, and whenever any changes happen, so we disseminate the information amongst our members. Portion of their opportunities, and so Bulgaria, Croatia, Denmark, Hungary, Ireland companies member. Here is a snapshot of MOUs, what we have signed with the various stakeholders. The snapshot of those: Indian ambassador from Cyprus, Slovenia.
Need to be business-to-business relationship only chamber. Sometimes some member says is facing problems with India, we will try to resolve it. Is there any other body which will give you this space of sole interaction with the European Union? Broadly speaking, we should be able to address your issues. But
अच्छा visa का क्या होगा? What will happen to visa? You know, whenever I apply for visa, it takes 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Can you do visa? Let me tell you, European Union EU chamber is not a visa entity. However, we can help you perhaps. We can help you, but we cannot promise you. So, we have been speaking to ambassadors from time to time what we do for visa. Even the ambassadors don't know what is that, because the visa issue is political. It's handled by the Prime Minister or President of a particular country. It is also their quota for that month, quota for the day, quota for the week. So there are lots of moving parts which takes place when a country gives visa, especially European Union. While we can help you, but we can't promise you. 2 things we can't. We can't provide anybody a job. We will also not be able to give you an export order. Barring that, most probably, which seems to be very interested. In fact, we had a discussion with the Chief Minister's office last time, and today we met the Chief Secretary himself, and they are interested in European EU Chamber to come to your state. So maybe we will have an office very soon. Happy to discuss this issue. We would obviously examine other states and cities if we can go to those places and add value. But we are an all India organization. Our members are all across India, every region, and therefore please feel free to access us whenever you want. Of course, we are going to have an open house, open discussion amongst ourselves. My Vice President is here, Mr. Shiladita Sirangi, my director is here. We would now have would definitely like to put before you that if you have interest in European Union, if you have interest in European Union companies coming to India, Indian companies going there, it could be education institutions also. We would be very happy to help you, work with you, hold your hands, advise you, suggest you, and do whatever it takes to help yourselves. Submission, of course, is please become a member of EU Chamber. I'm not too sure how many of you are. Before you go out of this room today, I do hope that you would be able to sign a piece of paper and leave your card so that you become a member. See, any organization, first of all, we are not a political body. We are a chamber. We are a business chamber. So therefore, irrespective of our political intent or inclinations, we are not anything to do with politics. We want the business to be enhanced and improved. Therefore, please be part of us. Togetherness is power, number is power, and hopefully we will be also in your city very soon.
So I would now request Sheila to kindly come here. We would now have an open discussion amongst ourselves. We will take our mic and let's do 45 minutes. It's now 6:20 up to 7, I think. Up to 18:40, but it's 6:20 now. So let's say another 25, 30 minutes, as long as it takes. We'll be happy to answer your questions before a short tea break. So we will take, let's say it's 6:20, let's mentally plan a tea break at around 7 for a 15 minutes tea break. Now it's all yours, it's open house, and we will be very happy to interact with you. So it's all yours. Let's have an open discussion as to what I've never found it anywhere else. Yes.
Good evening, Mr. Ramesh. My name is Dharamveer. I'm from Novotel partner, and actually my question is related to what you just mentioned about the possibility of having next office of EU chamber in Gujarat. So, do you really see a lot of European companies having business interest in Gujarat? How do you, come to that conclusion or close to that conclusion that Gujarat might be the next destination? Tamil Nadu also we see there is a lot of investment coming up. Other states equally, Karnataka and also. I just wanted to have slightly more detail.
If you look at the FDI investments, foreign direct investment in the country, the top 3 are Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and if I have to add one more is Karnataka. There are 28 states, 4 are top 4. Irrespective, from one year to another, it could be here and there. So 4 states accounts for 67, 2/3 for all the FDIs. And if there are FDIs taking place all over the world, let me give you one statistic which might help. India is a $4 trillion economy, $4 trillion. European Union is $18 trillion, 1/8. US is $28 trillion. US is 28. European Union is 18 trillion dollar. India is $4 trillion. If there is an $18 trillion economy, shouldn't we attract that investment into India and vice versa? Why should we give up that European Union? Second information, which might help you guys, is the per capita income of India is $2,800. Per capita income of European Union is $65,000. Just imagine their purchasing power. So again, possibility of doing business, their pockets are full, their pockets are heavy, and we should be able to get into their pockets. If 4 states account for 2/3 of all investment in India, it is logical that we should look at options of being there. And it so happens that Gujarat government is very keen to have us. We had extensive discussions even today afternoon, and that perhaps is our logic. But let me ask.
Discussions around it also. So as Robin has been saying, these are the places which are the most FDI. It makes sense for us to be there. There are a lot of European companies here, also in Tamil Nadu and other places, and probably the Tamil Nadu office can be the south office, right? It can also handle a bit of Bangalore and things like that. But we don't want to go somewhere, we also want that the government be involved. And that is why when we are talking about opening up the Ahmedabad office, it is after having certain interactions with them and seeing the level of enthusiasm that they have, that also gives us confidence that this is something that should happen and should happen in the very near future.
Yeah.
In fact, we believe that if the government provides that so-called blessings, local government or the Ashirwad, it will help us to serve you better. And Gujarat government has really come out of the way. And acha kab aoge? Kab aana hai? Type of discussion we have had. So looks to be we're around the corner.
Yeah, very true, as Robin said. So today we had a meeting with the Chief Secretary as well as the Index B. Very interesting thing which we came to know. They said this time we are going to be organizing the regional Vibrant Gujarat. So where Mehsana, Rajkot and other cities, and then global is going to be 27 January. So, and the interesting thing, 27 January. So the interesting thing is that each region like Mehsana or Rajkot, they said they have a certain area which are like prominent over there. So I feel this is also going to help us because our membership as well as the countries, each European country has a certain strength. So to map that is going to be very good for us as well as, suppose if we are doing a Mehsana which has a agri and a lot of things. So we also know from European side which are the countries we can tap. So it will be easy for us as well as to invite those participation. And as Mr. Robin Banerjee said, the most important thing, if government says, आप लोग आ जाइए, उससे ज़्यादा blessing तो कुछ और हो ही नहीं सकती है, So this is what I feel.
Collaboration opportunities have been provided by the chamber in terms of bilateral business opportunities, or some platform wherein Indian business owners or European business owners come in at a platform and a stage where they can mutually discuss or mutually get into business somewhere.
Will you be able to be given one business owner? We will give you that exposure. If there's a 7-day trip, perhaps we could have 8, 10, 14 meetings set up. So that's what we will be able to open windows and doors for trade delegations. Similarly, those trade delegations are coming. We will be able to meet the trade delegation. We will tell you which trade delegation is coming. It may be of interest to you, may not be of interest to you. And every trade delegation comes, a leather trade delegation comes, a textile trade delegation comes. You wouldn't even know a trade delegation is coming or not. So a chamber which works provides you vistas of opportunities. Doors and windows gets open. It is up to us to take it. We will not give you a list of rice exports and where we can make rice export. That's not going to happen. Barring that, we believe we will be able to provide a lot of vistas of opportunities. Can you provide an experience you have had?
Yeah. Sometimes it works, sometimes it may not work also. Because for example, and I can tell you a recent example. There is a company from Tamil Nadu, Kalaswari. They are in the production of aluminium and all, aluminium metals. So they approached us. They said we wanted some kind of association with the local people over there. So how generally typically we work? One is we approach the Indian embassies over there. Okay, of course they have our data which they provide. That might not work, that might work also. That is one thing. Secondly, also what we have always seen, it is also, there are various organizations, like there are various agents are there are various, apart from just companies also. So they provide those information also. And, I would say 70% time it works, 30% it might not work also. So this is, and in the newsletter, we put all the names of if we can share you the recent newsletter, there are some 7 to 8 companies, very recent examples are there. They were able to get some information, and that is how we count it as a success. We may not be able to reply to all the queries, but we try our best, and so this is what I can say.
That you are approaching the members of the chamber, so to a certain level you are able to build a level of trust that you will be able to work with them much more comfortably than if you would just approach someone out of the
I am from Ahmedabad. My name is Rahul Ghia, and I am a life member for U Chamber for last 2014 onwards. So I would like to just share what everybody is having, and I am really happy that now we are opening an office in Ahmedabad. Right? I think, madam, I was the first say that please come to Ahmedabad. So, friends, EU Chamber provides a wonderful platform. We have various attended this in the month of May Day, European Union Day. There are a lot of delegations and everybody is coming. And everybody is so helping the consulate general, the company owners and all those things. So it's more than a platform. It's, you can do directly business with them. I'm sure I have, madam, given a lot of lifetime member to EU Chamber, right? From various this thing. And though my field doesn't permit, but the kind of, the liking I like towards EU Chamber is wonderful and phenomenal. On the request of Madam Dr. Shom only I am here. So I am getting few members also inducted. And Robin sir very rightly said that we are almost everything barring few, if you take out certain things, where EU Chamber provides everything to everybody. And वो भी है मैडम जल्दी से ऑफिस कीजिए, it's our say for last 10 years. now we need a EU Chamber office in Ahmedabad, right? So it's a wonderful platform, and just become a member. And I'm sure when becoming a member and attending the meetings and the kind of reception everybody is giving, the members are so wonderful. I mean, this is my experience I would like to share so that everybody has the first sight insights and already completed a decade with the right EU Chamber. So it's a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Presentation. Basically, we are into the field of machine manufacturing. Basically, we provide machine and robotic automation for packaging industries like beverage, food, pharmaceuticals, chemicals. So sometimes we have some inquiries from European countries because we supplied our machine into 22 countries. Sometimes question comes from customer like how they can do the deal or how they can do the fake if they give advance amount of money. Then what are the points they can faith on us? Number one. Number two, we would like to connect few of we can say dealer, partner or some connection in European countries. So how chamber can help us in this particular case to expand our business in European countries? That's one of the
Chamber with whom we have signed the MOU, they become our counterpart, and this is how we have seen that works. Suppose if you're looking for some kind of a distributor and all, okay, they also have a list and all, so they provide us, and which we pass it to our member companies, and then they have to directly connect. That is one. And as Mr. Banerjee said, sometimes it is also good to be the part of the delegation when we take the delegation, because when meeting, personally works better than just contacting on the phone or something or email. So we take every year delegation. This year also we are planning to take a delegation in October. We are planning to go to Latvia, Estonia, Finland and Sweden. So generally we take typically 15 to 20 companies as a part of the delegation, and with the support of Indian embassies and the local chambers we organize the various meetings. So you can think of on those lines also, because when we provide the list, profile of the companies who are accompanying us, they try to set our meetings and all. This would be also one way of promoting yourself, your company.
There are various methods which as a member you should access it. If you just sit quiet, nothing will happen. Information will come and information will go. Active participation in any chamber, it may not be EU chamber, it can be in any chamber. Let's say for instance you become a member of FICCI or ASOCAM or CII, they will provide different ecosystem. We will provide ecosystem which is very European Union focused, culture focused. So, and as based on your experience or requirement, we can change ourselves. Nothing is constant. We are after all a semi-private body. So it is us who can, you can say, no matter why you have to start such and such. Why not? We can start. So be part of us, give us ideas, let's grow together. Nothing stops us from doing anything.
But I like your question. So your question fundamentally was, when money has to change hands and I do not know a partner, I want an advance, the other guy is not comfortable giving me that. That's a fair enough point, and as a chamber we can work on that. That's a fair enough point, and it makes sense for us also to work on that, because that will keep on happening as you will access more and more new people. Because once you have a relationship with them, then you will manage. The first transaction is what you would want some kind of support on, right?
Your active participation will make us also to work more actively, I would say. If our members are more active, they will make us work. I can say only this.
Good evening, everyone. So I have a very actually simple question. In all the discussions, we talk about that you are promoting culture and business. So business, I can understand, it's just a cross-border transaction sometimes, most of the times. What about culture? Because culture is not just beliefs or thought. It's about music, it's about art. So how do you actually promote culture?
Of course, that is not enough, I would say. We have organized the exhibition of Indian diaspora who are living in EU. So there was an exhibition was there. It was well curated and all. And then so because some journalists were sent to Europe and all. It was a project of a EU delegation which we supported them. So they curated the entire thing and all. And so experience was shared. So it was a wonderful experience. That is one. And secondly, we also organized some activities with a focus more on the, I would say, cultural part. For example, one of the activities which we have been organizing, celebrating the formation of a European Union every year. So where we celebrate the formation, where we invited some celebrities like Mr. Bachchan, Anil Kapoor and all, because they are the part of promoting the culture. And where we keep some cultural program and all. So that's more like a networking opportunities. And our tourism and hospitality committee, which we have formed last year, also aims to work towards those things. For example, what we are trying to do in the tourism and hospitality committee, there are certain European countries which are very traveled, lot of tourists goes, but there are so many unexplored European countries out there, which has a lot of potential. So we are trying to promote the culture and tourism, whatever you call it, of those countries.
Sector-specific allocation. Getting members for sector-specific.
That is a
There
challenge.
are 8, 10, 15 people in there we don't get. That's a challenge. Why not? It's possible.
But it's a good suggestion. I tell you why. When we talk to embassies and all, Indian embassy fellows, it's easy for them to also organize a meaningful meeting. But then again, as he said, just to get 10, 15 people like-minded, it becomes challenge. So we generally try to keep a 2, 3 sector, 3 or 4 maximum, not a diverse sector. Otherwise, for them also it's going to get.
But if we make it India all specific, if we contact that sector specific associations and invite the member, I feel it should be possible.
Question. Sir? Yes. Yeah, my please.
Good evening, my name is Samir Shah, I am a logistician and especially a chamber which is very focused to a particular geography opens up a lot of avenues. Are actually looking out for businesses to be sold. That's a great opportunity for the Indians to be able to go to those countries.
They have a very nicely structured way of doing it. It's a very automated process and it is really helpful for a lot of sectors. And
Just to add to what he said, we got somebody who had 40 years experience in other industry. So we didn't get a young.
Something is about people to people. We in India, we don't understand greeting when we meet customers. For example, say we are in a French, any kiosk at a French.
To institute in the world and I'm learning the language from scratch and I've also had the same problem. As it stands today, as you rightly mentioned, India is very hungry for business opportunity. China's story is over. It's growing at 0.5%. Obviously, we are hungry for growth and business. Europe is, as I'm talking to you, is growing through a change. What is the change? The older generation are now slowly going away, and the younger generation does not want to do the daddy's business or mama's business. So there is a succession problem. Hundreds of thousands of companies are available now because of succession problem. It is available for sale. Sometimes you will be amazed as to how this lovely business is selling at such cheap price because there is no succession. The old man wants to just get some cash, 30, 40, 50 million dollar or euro, and just sit at home and die in peace. It's a fact. Now, how do you get exposed to succession opportunities? One, of course, is to appoint an M&A consultant who would give you opportunities. But the M&A consultant may not have the exposure. So when you go abroad, hopefully, and when you attend our programs, maybe you will get to know someone who is looking for this opportunity. So again, a chamber is an ecosystem. You get to know more people. Out of 10, even one works, you have done it. Out of 20, if one works, you've done it. So, what was your third question? I'm not
Like, again coming to the culture, we as Indians, a lot of people while talking on an email or a phone call to conclude a business or even to crack a business, open a door, the way we talk, the way we express ourselves is not as professional as those people would. I'm talking in general. And I'm not saying that the chamber has to be an institute, but chamber has a lot of years of experience. You guys meet up with so many large companies. You have so many large companies on your panel and board. So there is a way of working in a particular country. Like in India, the way you work in North India and the way you work in East India and West India is very different. So can also the chamber highlight and guide us how we have to approach, how we have to work? That was my idea of asking you the first question. The last question was about interns and retired people, which he addressed a little bit. If the chamber can probably help us and support us in getting interns, because as the gentleman, sorry, I didn't get your name, but he said that the governments basically support those interns, they pay them and they can come to India. So how does the chamber help us members to get those interns or retired people on board for a short time? That was my last question.
This experience is not written in any book. I used to work for a very large, one of the largest sustainable company, renewable energy company. And the owner, he works 24 hours a day, 365 days a week. I used to be working in Pune and my family was in Bombay. So I used to come on Saturday to Bombay and go back on Monday morning. And he once told me, why do you go home on Sunday? What is there? What is there to go home on Sunday? Now that was the approach. Okay. So one day, there was an acquisition, very large acquisition was supposed to take place, and at very advanced stage of negotiation, they wanted to sell it to India, negotiation done, and the owner of the company fixed up a meeting for this acquisition discussion on 24th of December. Please understand, and this was in Germany. 24th of December, not a single soul will be on the road, forget about the working. From 21st of December till 7th of January, nobody works. And he wanted a meeting on 24th of December. The deal was called off because the Germans say if they don't understand our culture, we don't have even the slightest idea how we will be able to work for him. The question doesn't arise. The deal was cut off. India, we did not understand what is 24th of December. What's the problem? It is not 25th of December. It is 24th of December. Deal was cut. So that's for culture. Now, how can the interns and
managed company, they have summers. So they go on vacation sometime in the end of July, beginning of August, come back in September. And when we started, our payroll used to be managed out of Spain. So in July, they will do payroll for July and August both, so that you do not disturb them on their vacation. They will not pick up the phone. The phone will die. But what I mean to say by that is you learn, and what the chamber can probably do is, chamber has members across all of these countries, and you can probably talk to them formally, informally, get an idea about the culture. We also have consultants who work in those geographies extensively, and they can probably do more of a, let's say, structured email or those kind of discussions along with them. So maybe that would help. In terms of the interns, the Spanish government, the French one, and the Italian ones are not on it, and the German ones, they have a very structured format of this. What they do is essentially the internships that we do in our MBA colleges and let's say engineering colleges. The internship period is for a year, can stretch up to 2, depends upon the organization and depends upon the company. They have pre-fixed salaries that they offer them. So if they come to India, let's say the Spanish government normally pays 26,000 euros to them, takes care of lodging and all of them. So they have that fixed. So the guy knows before he starts off that he is going to make this money. And typically for the interns, it is a really nice opportunity because for them to get a first job is really difficult. So that is what really propels a lot of them. And how you access this is, if you are a member of the bilateral chambers or us, they send us a detail of saying, hey, this is the website, this is when this program starts, you can go in and you can pick it up. It is literally a Naukri kind of thing which the government runs. And then you can pick up, you can tell them, these are the sectors that I am interested in, this is the kind of person I am interested in. and they will come back and tell you, okay, from our list, all of these people are the people that are available, and depending upon how big your organization is, they will give you a 90% subsidy on the cost, or 80% or a 50%. So it's a very well run, organized thing. If I know correctly, this year there were 22 interns that came in from France, from INSEAD, who are doing it. INSEAD is a big enough organization. There is a big Spanish college known as ISEX, and there are about 12 of them who are in India this year who do it. So that program has been now running really well. This was a French program that started about 10-15 years ago. Now it's an established program across France, Spain and Germany. And the way it is working, I think others are going to jump on board on this particular program. It's fairly simple to access it. Once you are in that ecosystem, it's fairly simple to access it.
Whether we are proficient or not, I don't know.
So,
Exactly. You want to say something?
yeah,
Go ahead.
So thank you very much, and before we end this session, I wanted to thank few of the people who have helped us in putting up this entire thing. First of all, the IDFC First Band, who have been the main sponsor. Let's give them the round of applause. And one of our member who are going to be member today, like life member, Madhav Plastic Private Limited. I don't know who is there from their organization. They are not there. So supporting us for this event. And of course, one of our co-chair of the Consultancy and Services Committee, Mr. Nirav Seth from iCasper, who is based in Ahmedabad, and he is the one who coordinated with IDFC First Bank. Thank you, Mr. Seth, for this. And we seek your support in putting up this kind of events and all, and we can assure you we will definitely come back. Thank you.